Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing the performance tuning part 2, and we'll try to cover in less than like 30 minutes. So I put a timer here for the easy reference, and let's see. So today we'll be seeing we will mainly looking around PGA stat, PGA aggregate target, V dollar sort underscore segment, V dollar temp file, V dollar SQL work area active, V dollar SQL work area, and then V dollar PGA target advice. So let's try to read the definition of it from the Oracle document and try to understand what this stands for. Okay, so if you talk about the PGA, so the PGA is a memory specific to an operating process or thread that is not shared by other process or thread on the system. Because the PGA is a process specific, it is never allocated in the SGA. Okay, so if you see, I have allocated like a 4 GB of a PGA. So one of the server process will capture the memory inside the PGA, which in turn would be divided among SQL work area, session memory, and a private SQL area. And then there is a different contents of the PGA, which is like sort area, hash area, bitmap merge area, session memory, persistence area, and runtime area. Okay, so what is the PGA stat? Okay, so the PGA stat displays PGA memory usage statistics as well as statistics about the automatic PGA memory manager when it is enabled. So basically this view contains the stats about PGA memory uses. Okay, now the next is PGA aggregate target. So PGA aggregate target specified the target aggregate PGA memory available to all servers process attached to the instance. So what is the aggregate? Aggregate is like sum total. So sum total 4 GB attached to all process of the instance, and let's say there are like hundreds process on those system. So that 4 GB will be automatically get associated to that 4 GB of memory. Okay. V dollar sort underscore segment. Okay. This view contains information about every sort segment in a given instance. This view is only updated when the table space is of the temporary type. So whenever a sorting is happening, and it involves temporary table space, this V dollar sort underscore segment contains the detail about it. What is the V dollar temp file? This particular table contains detail about the temp file. V dollar SQL work area active. Okay, so this contains an instantaneous view of the work area currently allocated by the system. You can join this view against V dollar SQL underscore work area on work area underscore address to access the definition of the that work area. Okay, so basically it contains an view of the work area currently allocated by the system. So it will have detail about all the sessions and what are the work area inside a PGA is allocated. So this particular view will contain the information about it. Okay, then you have V dollar SQL underscore work area. Okay, so as the name suggests, it displays information about work areas used by SQL cursor. Each SQL statement stored in the shared pool has one or more child cursor that are listed in the V dollar SQL view. V dollar SQL underscore work area list all work areas needed by these child cursor. V dollar SQL underscore work area can be joined with V dollar SQL area on address hash underscore value and with V dollar SQL on address hash underscore value child underscore number. So basically this V dollar SQL work area contains detailed information about the SQL's cursor and the associated area used by them. V dollar PGA target advice. Okay, so what does it mean? Okay, so basically it will give the information or basically advise what you should keep your PGA size based on the current workload conditions. Okay, now let's try to go with the demo and doc reviews. And yeah, let me get back here. So we'll go based on this document, and this document has been prepared by, I'll put in the disclaimer, the detail about this document. Okay, so let's try to go here in my console, and which is here. Okay, so let's try to close this. Yeah, just let me do some magic here. Okay, yeah, that's right. We'll have this editor open because if I copy directly the queries from here, so the first thing what we are going to do, we will query the current programmer Grover area statistics via this thing. Okay, so let me connect as a select. Let me do select name from v $database, select sys timestamp from dual, select version from v $banner. I think so. Okay, banners, I don't know. Yeah, I used banners. Okay, okay, maybe the other way is like just like go like this and you say it's 19.3. okay, so user, which is here, so select asterisk from v $PGA stats. Okay, so it says this does not exist, but that's right because I'm using stats where it is PGA stat. Okay, set lines 1000, set pages 1000, and let's try to see. Okay, so you see it here. Okay, so these are the different parameters, which is like aggregate PGA target parameter is this. So this is the value in bytes. PGA auto target is set to this. Global memory bound 826. Total PGA in use, total PGA allocated, maximum PGA allocated, total freeable PGA memory, MG allocated under PGA, maximum MG allocated, process count, Mac process count. Okay, so these are the different values here. Okay, and we will see. So the important part to see is that this is the aggregate PGA packet, and then okay, so the cache hit percentage is 100%. So what does that mean? It means that during the start of this instance, the PGA, whatever the load factor came in for this particular instance, it was able to work within a PGA limit. Okay, so whatever the work or requirement for this whole instance based on all the incoming sessions work quite enough based on this value. Okay, over allocation count, let's see what's that. This is 0. Okay, we will see what does mean. Okay, let's come. Now it is saying that let's set this value to 10 MB, which is like all the system set. Okay, first of all let's see. So parameter PGA. So I get I have my target as 394 MB and the limit as 2G, and it is saying okay, let's see, alter system set PGA thread is equal to 10M, scope is equal to both. So what does both means? It means that it has been set at the session and system level. Okay, now let's see. So parameter SGA, so parameter PGA. So you see it's 10M right now. Okay, now let me see what is the current temp table space uses. So let me copy this and put it in the online notepad, and we will see from there. Okay, so what it does, it is reading from v $sort segment. This view contains the total detail of the from all the sessions related to sorting. Okay, so what is happening, this is one query. Okay, and this is inner query. Okay, so this inner query, which is querying v $table space and temp file, returns some rows, name, block size, and sum as a row of a column, and these are being referenced as D alias, and then we putting the condition. Okay, and how the okay, yeah, we are putting the condition based on this and then returning the results. Okay, let's see what this returns here. Okay, so the temp total is 32 MB, used is 1 MB, free is 31 MB. Okay, so now the second thing we check, that if any SQL work areas are currently active. So what does that mean? That any SQL which is a part of the share pool and has a cursor is using a memory space in a PGA for any processing. So it says there is no row selected. So it means practically, actually if you see select count asterisk from v dollar station, where status is equal to active, and yeah, so 51, I think select process from v dollar station. Okay, so the point is, like what I was saying, these are all background process. Let me just do the asterisk, and or basically you can do dsc b dollar station, and you can say where station is not equal to background. Okay, there is one processes, or okay, I don't know the exact thing, but I think it's command or something, or machine, or like, you know, program is not equal to. Okay, so select count asterisk from v dollar station, where status is equal to active and program is not equal to background. Okay, let's see. Okay, so still it's saying like a 51, and I don't know what are the programs here. Select program from v dollar station. Let's see. Okay, so if you see, these are all background process. In the bracket you can see, right? So yeah, the only active session is SQL, and whatever it is at Oracle, at local admin, these are all background process. So only one session which we are connected is currently active. Okay, so it's saying from another terminal session connect to the demo user. Okay, now let me go to the demo user, which is like show user. Okay, select asterisk from tab, or maybe I can use user underscore tables, so I can see at least like there is a my tables here, and select count asterisk from my. Okay, I press the select count asterisk from my sales. Okay, so basically it is making a count, and I think there are so many 1 2 3 maybe millions of values are there. Now what I have to do, it's saying, and then I have to run this order by this, issue a query which will perform an extensive sort operation. Select asterisk from my sales order by 8765432. So what does this mean? If I describe the tables my sales, there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so it will order by I think it will go to descending order. So let's see. Okay, it will do the sorting. Okay, now from the original session, per the t size column start increasing. Okay, we will run it again if it just gets completed. If not, we will should be able to see it. So okay, something is running here. Okay, let me see here what it says. Note the value of pass column, and the t size MB column starts increasing. Okay, t size and pass. Okay, oh, is it that big? Okay, let me put call format A20. Let me see, did this happen? No. Okay, so the value has started coming in, and okay, we will run it again. Okay, I think the value is coming, and because we need to test. Okay, this is the value. Okay, let me, if I can put control C. Does it work? Yes, it works. Okay, so I can see the users has gone high, Let me rerun this query here again, and alter system plus buffer cache. Let's do that. Okay, so the thing is like okay, and let's see. Okay, so you see here the sparse is increasing, okay, and the table size is going to this thing, and I think okay, so what happening here when you say the pass is increasing to it means that my PGA is of 10 MB, okay, and it has to copy the files into temp table space in order to do the sorting, and it was able to do it because it has to go 60 into 10 approximately. Like the first time it went okay, for the rest other it has to go to the temp table space 60 times, and that's why this passes. So if I make my PGA 700 MB, you will see that let's put control C, and because we don't want to, let's see. Okay, we'll do that thing. Okay, alter system set PGA aggregate target is equal to 700 M, scope is equal to both. Okay, now once I do this and I rerun this query again, probably there won't be okay, before I make this, let me also have this query handy for you. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, so it just went for one pass and this went down. Okay, so nothing happened, and still we are getting the results here. Now let me set it back. Alter system set PGA aggregate target is equal to 10 M, scope is equal to both. Okay, correct. So we are back here. Let me put control C because I actually do not want to see the values here, and yeah, and starts increasing, and that's what it is trying to show, and somewhere around 40 now let's see what is the current temp table space uses, and preferably I think we should run this query again because that will give us more better temp tables used from the last session. And let's run this, and let's okay, not this. Okay, so that's fine. I mean to say, like if you see here, okay, so the query has got completed. Now let me put control C, so now the fetch is happening, which is okay, and we'll see what is the current temp table space uses. So let me paste this whole query here, and let me get back here, and I see the temp table space total uses 668, and I don't know what let's see what it says here. Okay, note the time is takes a second. You should by the way to start returning row. You quit the name, quit. Okay, so that's what the thing is. Let's quit it. Okay, now once I disconnect, okay, my temp table space remains same, and once I let's say exit, which is this. Okay, let's see, does okay, so it already released it, so I was not required to. Okay, let's do one thing again. I think that will make sense. Con demo oracle, and we'll run this query, and we'll just okay, where is this query, and we'll just measure the temp table space. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so this is the MB space used. MB free is this, and I think this is still happening, and there is only 3 MB left, and this is coming. Okay, so even if I don't quit and I put let's say control C and then I query, I see this has been released by the system. So what it means, if you cancel the operations, your temp table space is released. Okay, now okay, query the vDollar and view to get the information about the last SQL session which got allocated and use the private. Note the number of multi-pass operation which is performed by business query. So basically we need to run this, and where did we found that SQL ID? That's important. So we found the SQL ID somewhere here, which is, let me again run this query because I think I did not note down the SQL ID, and let's see. Okay, so basically I need to rerun this in order to get the value here, so which is my this. So let this run, and let me go here. One thing I observed, like that my this SQL ID remains same. Okay, it's not that. So I do a copy here, and I do Control V, which is okay. So let's see. So I think we are getting this report returned here. So estimated optimum size is 779498 bytes. Last execution passes is 685. Okay, so let me query again from the $PGA stats, and this gives maximum PGA used for auto works areas is 1040188. Now let me go back. I did not note it out, but if I see that okay, I think those should be there. These are from the old session. Okay, so definitely this is giving that what is the maximum is used here. Okay, now it is saying increase your PGA to 1 GB, and I think we should be able to do it. Okay, so if I don't do it, I think it will just go to the system label, and let me run this again, and I have to copy it here because it will not run. So the objective is like that if I increase my size, what is the use of SQL areas. Okay, so let's see. It is still the same here. Okay, now let me put Control C. This will release my temp. I run the query again, then okay, so now let me run this again. Okay, so the same thing, I think what I showed you, like by increasing to 700, the pass was only 1, and the same thing was being demonstrated here. Okay, now it's saying that I put a Control C, which I do it, and I'm canceling the session here, and then I run this query again here to see, and it will actually give me okay, let me cancel it. Okay, so estimated optional size 1, last execution 1 passes, and this is the optimum size it is recommending. Okay, so basically what it is giving, that in the last you did a 60 passes and the optimum size is this, and since you increase your this thing, so it is actually giving the value. If you keep this or near about this, so basically you can take a value from here and just put it, so it will give, number of passes will be less. Okay, so it's saying as the demo users executes to force an optimum operations. Let's see what does this return, and let me copy it here, and let me go back to this. Okay, so let me I can further do like this and make it run. Okay, so this is the in bytes channel ID. Okay, let's see. Select channel ID, some amount, no, actually summer obtain the from the last query. So let's see what is the SQL ID for this. Based on my SQL text, which is like v $SQL area. So this is my SQL ID, and I'm going to, and I think the SQL ID is same here, which is this. So the optimal size is 1228800, which is optimal. Okay, now I can run a query from the $PGA target advice to get a value. So what actually happens that it will give you, if you run sort of queries, things gets recorded in the $PGA target advice, and based on that it will give you the recommended target DB based on the load FAD, and then you have to go it. So basically mine was 394, so it is saying, so I'll set it all turn system set PGA aggregate target is equal to 394 M, scope is equal to both. Okay, so PGA. So let me recall what we learned from this thing. So the first thing is, like, we learn about PGA stats, we learn about sort segment, temp files, we learned about SQL work area active, SQL work area, v $SQL area, SQL ID, and we saw, like, how the temp table space is being used, and how to query to find the temp table space uses. And once you run a query and your PGA which is used for sorting purpose, and if it is under allocated, then let's say for an example, we saw it that my PGA was 10 MB and I needed a 665 MB in order to do the sorting for the query. So the first 10 MB came from the PGA, the rest requirement of the memory went to the temp file. So my query has to do the passes. So basically it has to take a memory from the temp, so it has to visit the temp table space 60 times in order to get hold the query before returning the result. So when I increased my size to the max temps uses, which is around 700 MB, I saw it just went only once to the temp table space and do it. So that is the one. And if you put Control C, your session release the temp table space. Okay, and then you increase and decrease your PGA target, run certain set of queries which does the sorting. You are able to generate a v $PGA target advice in the table, and you can able to see. Okay, so we saw like how the PGA basically we started with the PGA stat, PGA v $SQL active session, v session, session, v sort segment, v temp file. Learn about those definitions, and we saw a demo in which we were able to see how these parameter works in Turkey, and how can you decide that what set of the value you can put it for your instance to work optimally. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next in another performance tuning blog. Thank you.